Shalom Aleichem Rabbi. We are back now on TorahAnytime.com, and this week is the week of the Pesach Sheni is on Wednesday or Wednesday night, and Sunday is Lag BaOmer, and today is the 28th day of the Omer, because that's what you're looking at, the 28th day, Shmona Ve'esrim Yom, Chaim Shlosha Shavuos. There are 3 weeks, and 4 weeks to the Omer. 4 weeks is 28 days. And let's talk about the Omer a little bit. You know, this week will be the Pesach Sheni. Pesach Sheni is exactly 1 month after Pesach Rishon. Pesach Rishon was the 14th day of Nisan, and now this week, Wednesday, will be, that means tomorrow, will be the 14th day of Iyar, because the Korban Pesach was killed, shechted on the 14th. So Pesach Sheni has to be the 14th of Iyar. So we eat the Korban Pesach on the 15th, but we slaughter it on the 14th. So it's a minig Yisrael to eat a piece of matzah on the Pesach Sheni. So when is Pesach Sheni? Is Pesach Sheni when they roasted it? Or is Pesach Sheni when they ate it? Well, to eat a piece of matzah, last month we ate matzah. What do you have to eat it this month for? Well, last month we didn't have Korban Pesach, and this month we also don't have Korban Pesach. So, should you eat a piece of meat maybe? Answer is no. There is no Korban Pesach nowadays, even though some fools in Israel, up in the Rabbi, fools with a capital F, the Temple Mount Unfaithful, they brought a Korban Pesach, which you can't do because you Chaim Kores. You're not allowed to go up in the mountain, first of all. Yeah, no way can you go up to that mountain, even in the permissible places, even with shoes that are not makabel tumah, like rubber soles. No decent Jew, God Amaratzim do it all the time. The Egged bus goes up there, misleads thousands of people. But no from Torah person ever went up there in the last 2,000 years. Either Yechayev Kores or Chayev Misa or whatever, but no responsible, real Gadol who ever went up there in the last 2,000 years. Chas v'sholom. You can't even, some don't even touch the kosel because it's part of the Harabayas. Some briskers stay back 100 feet because the Harabai started, it's a little eroded. It used to start way back. Everything moved. Anyhow, we can't have Korban Pesach because you don't have Paraduma. And I know there's a lot of Torah written. You can do it without a Korban Paraduma. All kind of lumdas. You know what it's like? It's like this. No responsible Gadol ever, E-V-E-R, ever went up on the Harabayas. And last 2,000 years, a renegade, people went up there, but Gedolis, well, Tzaddikim never permitted it, or ever went up, or even permitted it. So there's no Korban Pesach nowadays, because of, there's so much lumdas they can twist it, if you have a twisted mind, but no responsible Gadol ever went up to the Harabayas in the last 2,000 years, Chayev Kores, and all the lumdas and the twisted logic means zero, because an example of a Gadol, not a college professor, a Gadol never went up there. So anyhow, there's no Korban Pesach. So how do you remind Korban Pesach nowadays? You eat a piece of matzah. When do you eat it? On the 14th? This Wednesday, tomorrow? When they brought the Korban Pesach? Or when you ate the Korban Pesach? Well, Wednesday night, which is the 15th, is not anymore Pesach. It's called Chag HaMatzos. And last month, Chag HaMatzos, we celebrated with matzos. So what do you have to answer is, you eat a little bit of matzah tomorrow, Wednesday, during the day, because that is Pesach Sheni, because Pesach Rishon was, Pesach was only 1 day, you know. Pesach is 12 hours from midday, not sunrise. It's midday to midnight. That's when you could roast and eat the Korban Pesach. After midnight, you couldn't eat it anymore. So do you eat some matzah tomorrow? Maybe, during the day, to remember the Korban Pesach. Then you eat a little matzah in the dinner tomorrow night, to remember when you ate the Korban Pesach, because you didn't eat it till night. Alright, so that's Pesach Sheni tomorrow. And on Sunday is Lag BaOmer, the 33rd day of the Omer. It's always Chai Iyar, the 18th day of Iyar. So, since this year, Lag BaOmer is on Sunday, you can shave on Friday after Chatzos, because if it's before Chatzos, you're shaving for Erev Shabbos. But if you shave after Chatzos, you're shaving for Shabbos, but you can't shave Shabbos, and you don't want to come into Lag BaOmer Shabbos looking ugly, which means if they allowed you to shave on Sunday, you would look very well groomed on Sunday, and you would look ugly on Shabbos. That's bezoyim for Shabbos. So you can't let a minig Yisrael of not shaving. It's only a minig, and there's 3 weeks, there's an Issur Rabbanim, but in Sefira it's only a minig. You can't let a minhag, Mavaza Adaraisa, which is Shabbos, so you're allowed to shave take haircuts on Friday afternoon, this Friday coming up, which is Erev Shabbos, Lamed Aleph, because Sunday's Lamed Gimel, but you can't get married this Friday, only on Shabbos. And you can't even get married mostly Shabbos because you have to have 33 days of Avelos, which means you still have Avelos, but you can shave this Friday to cover the Shabbos. But Sunday morning, after Netzach Hama, 1 minute, mixed as a Yom Kikula, a part of the day is like the whole day, so the 33rd day, you have 33 days of Avelos, because the Talmid of Rabbi Akiva died between Pesach and Shavuos. Those 49 days, only died 33 of the 49, because he didn't die on the Shabbosos, the 6 Shabbosos, and the 2 days Rosh Chodesh, and 7 days of Pesach, so it comes out 49 minus 16 is 33. So you have to have 33 days of Avelos. So the 33rd day on Sunday, after Netzach Hama, 1 minute, mixed as a Yom Kikula, we have 33 days of Avelos. So you can get married on Lag BaOmer. On Lag BaOmer, not Motzi Shabbos. I know there's a heter for that. Only the heter is, if it's Friday Lag BaOmer, you can get married Thursday night. Because you can't get married on Fridays, take a shave and a haircut you can't get married on Friday, it's too busy, Erev Shabbos, then you get married Thursday night. Thursday night, if Lag BaOmer is Friday. But you cannot get married on Motzi Shabbos if Lag BaOmer is Sunday. Because Sunday is not Erev Shabbos, it's not a busy day. So you have to do it on Sunday, get married after, and not Motzi Shabbos, because Sunday is not Erev Shabbos. Alright, so that takes care of Pesach Sheni and Lag BaOmer. Now, if you want to do a big mitzvah and give it to a Mossad, give some money to Mossad, that's the name of Shim Bar Yochai, because Shim Bar Yochai is the day he died on Lag BaOmer. Rashbi, Shim Bar Yochai died on Lag BaOmer, the last of the 24,000 Talmidim of Rabbi Akiva died on Lag BaOmer. And you want to give it to a beautiful Mossad, give it to Ner L'Shimon, Nerl Shimon. Ner L'Shimon is a Mossad at 18-5 Or HaChaim Street, Or HaChaim, Rechov Or HaChaim, in Kiryat Sefer, Modi'in Ilit. Kiryat Sefer is a town near Modi'in Ilit, Yisrael. And I don't know the zip code. Kiryat Sefer, Modi'in Ilit, Yisrael. Now, they have a kollel in the chamber of Shim Bar Yochai, which his birthday is next Sunday, Lag BaOmer. So you send out the check right away, or somebody in Israel give that to that organization, call them. They have a Ozer Liyasomim for orphans, and they have a kollel. Ner L'Shimon, the light of Shimon. The man who runs it, the Masadran, is a man called Rab David Naki. David Naki, Nun Kuv Yud. When this David Naki met Ovadia Yosef, he looked at him and he said, David Naki? That's Gematria. Baal Chesed, the same as Gematria, 174. David Naki, David, Dalet, Vav, Dalet is 14. Naki is 160, that's 174. And Baal Chesed is 102 and 72. It is 174. 102 and 72, 174. Ovadia Yosef said about David Naki, I know him, I met him, that he's a Baal Chesed. So you can do a wonderful mitzvah. They have a kollel right there, and not there, not in where Shim Bar Yochai was buried in Sfas, or where's it? Up there in Sfas, or was it Miron, yeah. No, send the money to 18-5 Or HaChaim Street, Kiryat Sefer, Modi'in Ilit, Yisrael. All right, now let's go to the Parsha a little bit, and then we're going to do the 33 questions on Lag BaOmer. Go to TorahAnytime.com, and You'll see on the header the 33 questions of Sefira and Lag BaOmer. But before you see that, or after, you'll see the 49 sevens. There's 49 sevens in Yahadut. You know there's 49 sevens? Everything is 7. Oh, there's a few 8s like Brit Milah, but most things are 7. You know that 7 days of Avelus and 7 days Yontif and 7 straps of the Tefillin, and the collar goes around 7 times, and the minimum Sukkah is 7 by 7, and Moshe had 7 names, and the Yisrael had 7 names, and there's 7 names for Hashem, and 7 names for the Shema, 7 heavens. There's everything is 7. Talking about a Brit, yesterday I went to the Brit of my grandson, over 20. We went to the Brit of my grandson. And you know, yesterday morning, Monday morning, when I made a little drasha, 4 minutes, because no one wants to hear drashas on Monday morning at a Brit. So I said, this baby is 6 days old. Why did they make a Brit on the 8th day? The baby was 6 days old. He was born last Monday, and the Brit was this Monday, so it's 6 days old. He was born a little bit before Shkia on Monday, so that's a whole day already. And you had a bris milah Monday morning right after Netzachama, 2 hours. See, it was 6 full days plus 2 hours and 2 hours. 6 days and 4 hours. But it's 8th day. Monday, the first Monday is Monday, and Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday and Shabbos and Sunday and Monday. That's calendar days 8, but his only actual days was 6. Most brisim are 6 days and a fraction, or 7 days and a fraction. The only way you can get 8 days, you actually wait 8 full days. Let's say he's born Monday at 5 minutes before Shkia, so you wait the week later, Monday, 5 days before Shkia. So right before Shkia, you that's still 7 days, 0.9. All right, most kids are not 8 days old, but there's 8 calendar days. Monday to Monday is 8, but it's really 6 days plus 4 hours. Anyhow, so let's learn a few minutes the Parsha. By Yom Hashem and Moshe, this is the Parsha about the Kohen Hedya, the regular Kohen. The first 9 Pesukim about a Kohen Hedya should never get Tomei. By Yom Hashem and Moshe, Emor el Kohanim told the Kohanim b'nei Levi, the children of Levi, of b'nei Aaron, the children of Aaron. Well, if you say b'nei Aaron, why do you say after Kohanim? Well, some children are b'nei Aaron, but they're not Kohanim. For instance, if a Kohen married a wrong woman, the child's not a Kohen. He's no Kohen while he's married to that illegal woman, a divorcee. Or if he's a Kohen Gadol, a Almana. Or if you're married to a woman, he's not supposed to be married to a Zona. So that he's no Kohen, he's a Cholol. And the woman becomes a Chalola. And the children are a male Cholol and a female Chalola. And so he's B'nai Aaron, but he's not a Kohen. So Yom Hashem Moshe Emor el Kohanim b'nei Aaron v'martu aleim, so say to them the nefesh, to a dead person, or the dam of a dead person. He cannot contaminate himself. He cannot become Tomei in his nation while that person is in the nation where there's a Chevra Kadisha. But there's no Chevra Kadisha. He has to be Matame. It's called a Mace Mitzvah. Only 7 types of people he's allowed to get Tomei to the Kohen. Kiyam the She'ero, his wife. She's not related to him. By the contract, it's called Ksuva. Not related to him, but she's very close to him. She'ero, his wife. Shin Aleph Reish. Sha'ar, the other part of him. Because, marriage is not 1 and 1 equals 2. It's a half and a half equals 1. Also, Shin Aleph Reish is related to Shin Ayin Reish. Se'ar, hair, sticks into your skin, which means the closest person in the world is a wife. HaKorah B'Lov, that's married to him, not that it's going to get married next week, or was married last week. She has to be married right at this moment. She'eri Lov, La'oyer Imo to his mother, La'omer to his father. You can be Matama, Livno, not a Kohen Gadol, only a Kohen Hedjid can do this. Livno, Levito, his son, his daughter, Lachiv, his brother, Lachoso, and their sister, Abasula, who's still a Basula, Akarovelov, he's still close to him, she's not married to someone else. So, now you have 7 people. Mother and father, son and daughter, brother and sister, and wife. That's 6. Oh, so there's here, father and mother, son and daughter, brother and sister, and wife. That's 7. 6 are blood relations, and 7 is you're married to her. You have to be married. A woman who's zokuk liyibum is not good enough, even though you're going to marry her in tomorrow. She's not yet married, or arusa, not yet married, or you divorced her an hour ago. You cannot. She has to be krovalom. She has to be married fully at this moment. So you have mother and father, brother and sister, son and daughter, and wife, 7. And sister's conditional, as long as she's not married to anybody else. To those, he can be metame. The sister was not yet married to a woman. Lo yitama, to her, you can get tame. That means we have a big discussion in the Gemara. A Kohen can be metame to the 7 relatives. Mutter, or is it a mitzvah, or it is a chiyuv? They force him to get tameh, even though it's a kever kadishim, to his mother and father, touch them and get involved with them, mother and father, brother, sister, son and daughter, and wife. Is it mutter? Is it a mitzvah? Or is it a chiyuv? So some paskin, he has to get tummy to them, to his mother and father, because his father's a Kohen, if he's a real Kohen, and the mother who married Kohen, because she can eat truma, because even though she's not a Kohen, she's married to a Kohen, she can eat truma, and a son and daughter of them, and brother and sister, and a wife. She can, if you're a Kohen, she's not, she eats truma. Anyhow, so is it a mitzvah? Or some Gemara says they force him. They has to. Why is it that he has to, the Kohen Hedia, not a Kohen Gadol. Kohen Gadol cannot make metame to nobody, not even his father or mother. Why is it? Because the Klei Yakar says that they have in the Shama, all Kohanim have a special neshama. When they die, when a person dies, it is the Shama separates from the Guf. A Kohen has a special Kedusha even after death. There's no tumah. Look at the Klei Yakar. It's interesting. It's a whole big discussion. Nowadays, I don't know. I don't think so. A Baal, it means a master, a Kohen, cannot be metame in his nation to a person that makes him chulin. That someone that ruins him. Let's say he, the Kohen, did a legal marriage to a divorcee, or a Kohen Gadol to an almanah, or the Kohen married a geyures or zona. He cannot be metame to her if she dies, even though he's married to her. Every second he's with her is an aveira. He's married to a grusha, or one of the 7. There's about 6 or 7 forbidden relationships the Kohen can't have. So when she dies, they can't be metame to her because he shouldn't even have touched her. Be married to her while he's living. If she makes him chulin, one of the 7 forbidden things, then he's married to a grusha or a zona, or she had relations with a goyim. Kohen can't marry her, or a geyures. Kohen cannot marry geyures, everybody else can. Mushuchreves, if she was a slave that was freed. A goya, or to a real goyim, or a mamzeres, or a chalola, or a chalutza, or a gurusha. He cannot marry these types of women. So if she did, and she died, he cannot be metame to her, because he shouldn't have been married with her in his lifetime. They cannot tear out their hair on their head. No Jew can tear out their hair on their head. A Jew cannot tear out his hair on his head as mourning. That's very, very bad. If during the year he tears out his hair on his head, he's a meshugana, but maybe he's even also Goyim do that when someone dies. They want to suffer with them. They hit themselves with chains and cut themselves. That's chukas hagoy. But while you're and the Goyim did that for avelos, to tear out their hair, not only between the eyes, anywhere on the head. So that is, you're not allowed to do that. Rosham on their head, they cannot shave the face. Their face with a razor. Well, no Jew can face the face with a razor. No, betar, but misbarai with scissors, they're allowed to. they're allowed to shave themselves while they are Avelim. Kohanim have a higher level, they're public figures. They cannot pull out hairs while making themselves bald, Baroshimon, anywhere on their head when they're Avelim, because that's what Goyim do. They cannot shave themselves with a razor, but only with the scissors, which a regular oval cannot do, because you cannot have a haircut or shave. They cannot cut themselves with themselves, that's what Goyim do. And a Jew cannot do that while he's an oval, but he can do that some other time, maybe. But a Goy cannot do that, because that's what Goyim do. Kedoshim Yiyu, they shall try to remain or become holy. It doesn't say Kedoshim Haim. Kedoshim Yiyu. They should try to become very holy and holy and holier. Lo Leloheim to their God. Lo Yichalu Hashem Lehem. They should not desecrate the name of their God. Because the Kohen who's desecrated could desecrate Hashem's name. He is Ishi Hashem, because the fire offerings of God, Lechem, fire food. Lechem is food. That was not bread. Bread is pas. Ke Ishi Hashem, the fire offering God, Lechem, food. Elohechem of the God, Haim, Makribim, they are bringing. V'hoyu Kodesh, they still should always stay Kodesh. You know, it says Kedoshim Yiyu. They're holy. I want to tell you something about that. In a minute. Isha zona b'chalola lo yikochu. A woman who's a zona means you had relations with one guy. If they had relations with 100 Jews, they can marry them. But with one guy, no. Isha zona b'chalola lo yikochu. They cannot take a zona. Isha grushim isha a divorced woman lo yikochu. They cannot take. Or chalutza from Yibum. They cannot marry. He's holy to God. The kidashto, you should make him holy, treat him holy, which means if you call him to the Torah, you got to call him first. If they're sitting around Mezumim, you have to ask them to bench Mezumim first. If he has a business, you have to deal with him first. You have to always mechabed him in every single way. He's always first. I want to ask you a $24,000 bomba kasha. The kidashto, Tanda de Rabbi Shmuel. They learned in Yeshiva Rabbi Shmuel. The kidashto, make him holy, make him separate, special. Number one, the chol dover shebekdusha lepochos b'soach rishon. He has to open up first. Levorech rishon, to make a bracha. Got to call him up first. Or little mona, to give him the finest part. When you divide the field, if you give truma, give to him first the finest part. Even before, when you don't even cut the whole field, the payas was for the people, the pay off. But when you give truma and truma, you got to give the Kohen first, pay then truma, first 2%, then 10% to the Levi, but he gets first, or everything is first. He benches Zuman first. Let me ask you the Bambakasha. If Rishon is so and so important, so why do we say Achron, Chabib? Why don't you call the Kohen last? Why is everything he says Vikidashto has to come first? The Pachas Rishon, the Vorach Rishon, Lito, Manda, Pazushi, you want to buy something, you have to buy from him first. If everybody is in their stores, many selling the same item, you got to buy from him first. So if he's had to be first, call him up first to the Torah, and benches Mezuman first. So why is Achron Chavik? That's the most important thing, Achron. How about that $24,000 question? You want to know the answer? Of course you want to know the answer. When it comes to Shemayim things, you're honoring God, He told you to honor Him, this is one of the ways to Mechaber the Kohen, you do that first. Because that's the read the Torah, you have to read the read, so call him first. Have the bench Mezum, call him first. By the way, when you go to a chasna, and everybody comes at different times, and everybody leaves at different times, you're not sitting down with all together one time. You're not mechuyev at all in Mezum, you know that? Birchas Zimun, you're not mechuyev. It's only if you come to eat together, you come to eat together, you're invited to eat a food at a certain time, in a certain place, a certain hour. Then there's a din of zimun. You got together. Zimun means you're all together. But when you come to a chasna, I come 2 hours late. He comes 1 hour late. I leave when I want. He leave one. That's not. You don't expect to eat and bench at the same time like in somebody's house. You're not mechuyev zimun in the first place. That's right, you're not mechumed. If you do it, there's no aver, there's no bracha there. Rabbi sign of Orech, there's no bracha. Why you call birchas zimun? Right after that is birchas hamazon. That's a deraisa for if you ate bread. But why is it called birchas zimun? It's a bracha, but it's not a real bracha. You don't say baruch. It's a nice thing to do. But there's a whole question about a chasna or come to a bar mitzvah. Not everybody's getting zimun, getting together at the same moment. To eat together, they didn't decide that. Or in a dormitory, or in the yeshiva, and in lunchroom. Maybe not any mitzvah of zimun. They teach kids to do that chinuch. But maybe really no bracha, maybe. No, so okay, we do it because there's no bracha. So let's do it. Maybe there's a chiyuv, could be. You can learn it the other way. Even if you're there together, if you didn't plan to eat together, but you all ate together, if you never came at the right time, or you're not leaving at the same time, but maybe yes, so you make because of hazimun. So anyhow, why is it by a kohen that he comes first? But we have a concept, achrach and chavim. Answer is, when you honor Hashem, and like you have to bench, and because zimun is a Torah law, then he comes first. But when you honor the person, he comes last. Wasn't Adam Rishon made last? Doesn't the guest speaker come at the end? When you have a parade, you have all the president, the king, and all the police come in front. At the end is the president. Or the guest speaker comes at the end. You want to keep the people there. When you chabad the person, you decide you want this guest speaker. It's not a Torah law. I decide I want this guest speaker, this person. Then like a man came last, so he comes last. That's what achan chavim, when you chabad a human being, but you mechabed. But when you do Hashem's wishes, everything comes first. But yashkim avram baboker, everything is first. Number one. Bris milah pidyon aben. First thing in the morning, because you want to. That you want to get there. A mitzvah comes to your hand. Don't let it get chamek. Don't let it ferment and waste time. Eat it. Do it right away. That's why when Sefira Omer, some people mock it to say Sefira Omer. Not when they daven Ma'ariv at 10 o'clock. Every night exactly 42 minutes after Nets or 72 minutes, 42 minutes after Shkias HaChamor. I don't know, 8:30, 8:35, 8:40 now. Why wait till 10 o'clock? On the other hand, it may be better to wait later, 10 o'clock, because that's a minyan kavua. Every day is exact same time. And number two, Ma'ariv is Tadir, and Sefira is only 49 days a year. Tadish ain't a Tadish Kodem. She should daven Ma'ariv first, really, not Sefira. Or suppose you daven Ma'ariv at 8:40, you're right, then it's good. But suppose the day started at the 8:40 is Tzeisak HaChavim, but you got Ma'ariv at 10. So if you daven Ma'ariv every day at 10, Tadish V'Shein Tadish Kodem, Ma'ariv first, then the Sefira. And also it's Barabim. And number three, you won't forget it because you always go to that minyan. But if you have no minyan somewhere, you got to say Sefira right away at 8:40. Beginning should be 24 hours right after every Sefira. But at 10 o'clock at night, there's no 24 hours till the next day starts, because the next day starts about at 8:40 maybe. And here it's 10 o'clock at night, so it's an hour and a half difference. Answer is, if you're all by yourself have the minyan, you should do it exactly at the beginning of the day. To me, most 24 hours after every counting. But if not, the other three things overpower it. It's barabim, minyan, it's tadir, and you won't forget. So that's why how we say tadir ve'eshen tadir tadir kodem. Therefore, you better daven Ma'ariv first. And b'kidashto ki es lechem elohecha hu makim. He's eating God's food. Kodesh yelach, he should be holding to you, and therefore give him preference. Whatever you do, call him up first, buy from him first, bench mazumin first. Ki kodesh ani Hashem kadishchem. Now let me tell you something. I want to tell you something here. Isha zona v'chalola le'yikocha. The Rosh Tevis is azulai. Aleph, Zayin, Vav, Lamed, Yud. Azulai. Isha zona v'chalola le'yikocha. You can't take zona v'chalola, but there's about 7 types of women that fit in the category of zona and chalola. We told you, a zona, which means you had bilas with a guy, and giyures, and meshuchreres, a woman who's freed from slavery, and goya, and mamzeres, and chalola, and chalutza, and gerusha. They're all like a zona. Anyhow, there used to be a man, a couple 500 years ago, the Chidah, Chaim, Yosef, David, Azulai. That was his name. He was a Chaim. He was a Spanish person. Chido, Chaim, Yosef, David, Azulai. He wrote the Sefer, Chido. But he was known as the Rosh Hashanah, was Chido, Chaim, Yosef, David, Azulai. He was a Chaim. He was a Spanish man. So when the Inquisition, 500 years ago, that's the Spanish Inquisition, 1492, 500 years ago, he said that all the Kohanim were being driven out of Spain should not forget their Kohanim, and they should take a special name. All the Kohanim should change the name to Azulai, because it sounds Spanish, but they remember they are a Kohanim, Sfadim. So every Azulai you meet, I bet you most of that, 99% has to be Kohanim. Because a Kohen is Asr and Isha Zon B'Chalol Le'Yikochu. A regular man who's married to a girl who's his own, he does tshuva, he can marry her, but not a Kohen. Isha Zon Azulai. So that was one of the first Azulais, that was the Chido. And they should be very careful who they are, who they marry, the Sfardi, every Kohen, especially the Sfardi Kohanim. Now, let us go to the 33 questions of Lag BaOmer and Sefira. And if you go online, you will see there's 49 sevens. Yeah, there's 49 sevens in Yiddishkeit. Let's go number 1. Why is the first day of Sefira called Yom Echad and not the Yom Rishon? Why should it be Yom Rishon? Like the daily, every week, Sunday morning, you say Yom Rishon B'Shabbos. Why is it Yom Echad? What's the difference between Echad and Rishon? What does it mean? Both mean first, one. Now, I asked that question on Kol Haloshon a week ago, and I said, anyone in the United States or the world that calls me up gets immediate a prize. I showed that prize here. Maybe I asked it on Torah anytime last time too. It was a diamond bracelet, diamondite bracelet with 7.5 inches, with stones right next to each other. It's called pave. It's a tennis bracelet. Anyone who gets it, now that few people called me, one person from Lakewood got it. But from now on, I'm telling you the answer, so therefore the deal's off. You're not getting a free present. However, I have one more question that no one... By the way, I asked 2 questions. The fellow from Lakewood got the other question right. But I didn't give the answer online, on Kol HaLashon or Kol or Torah Anytime or Kol HaNeshama. I'll give you that question first. How is Omer, Ayin Mem Reish, equal 49? If you get that, call me up. My number's right on the heading of the Torah Anytime. And tell me how Omer, Ayin Mem Reish is 49, because you know there's 49 days in Omer. How is Ayin Mem Reish equal to 49? But now this one I'm going to tell you the answer. Yom Echad, Yom Rishon. Know what the difference is? Yom Rishon means the first day. It's always from the past. Yom Echad is the day number 1 towards the future. When Hashem created the world, He says, "Vayerev vayivoka Yom Echad." It's the first day towards, there was no Shabbos yet, towards the highlight, which is Shabbos. When you say Yom Echad LaOmer, it's leading up to Shavuos. We got out of Mitzrayim not just to be physically free. We got out of Mitzrayim only to accept the Torah. That's the goal, the purpose. We're heading towards the goal. Yom Echad is day 1 towards Shavuos. Yom Echad, the first day towards Shabbos. There was no Shabbos yet. But during the week, when you say Yom Rishon, this is the first day from Shabbos, because that's the highlight yesterday. Whatever it was, Sunday. Yesterday was Shabbos. That's the highlight of the week. That's why you say Yom Echad, Yom Rishon b'Shabbos, Yom Sheni b'Shabbos, Yom Shlishi b'Shabbos. But when you get to Wednesday, which is the first 3 days, Wednesday is the first of the 3 days towards Shabbos, you're supposed to say Yom Yavi Le Shabbos. Because if you write a letter to your friend, says in the Shulchan Aruch, he said if it's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, you write Yom Rishon LeShabbos, Yom Sheni LeShabbos, Yom Shlishi LeShabbos, B'Shabbos. But when you write on Wednesday, you write Yom Revi LeShabbos. Sunday, Monday, Tuesdays, Yom Rishon, Sheni, Shlishi, Be. From. But now you're already in the middle of the week waiting for the next Shabbos. You have to write Yom Revi LeShabbos, Yom Chamisha LeShabbos, Yom Shisha LeShabbos. Therefore, we say Ashkenazim Yom Echad LeOmer, because we're not looking back. We got out of Mitzrayim. Free. A lot of nations became free and liberated. Why? Just to be free. Become themselves after 100 years. Mushchosim. We got out only for a high to become, instead of us Avdei Pharaoh, to become Avdei Hashem. To have to accept upon us a whole discipline of Torah. That makes you totally free. When you're an Eved Hashem, you're 100% free. When you're not Eved Hashem, you're a slave. Ain't a ben chorin, you're not free. El b'shiyasik b'tam Torah, you live a low Torah lifestyle. Doesn't mean you learn Torah all day long. That could be, but you have an honest business. You live a life al pi halacha. Ain't the ben chorin, you're not free from the Yetzer Hara. El b'shiyasik b'tam Torah, he gets involved in a Torah lifestyle. Then you're really free from that anchor that pulls you down to the dirt, which is the Yetzer Hara. And if you want to be free, you got to be a slave to Hashem. You want to be a slave, then you're free from Hashem. Some people said that this week we had, last week I think, they had Hey or Jewish Independence Day. Well, it was founded by the original people, Ben Gurion and company. It wanted nothing to do with halacha and Torah. The Yom Atzmut, day of freedom from Torah. Yes, they had independence, wonderful thing. If I was there, I would be quiet too for 2 minutes. I would stand still, respect for the people that died, because the from people benefit from them. They go to the coastal, they go to Cape Rocha, they walk around. How do you have all the freedom? How? You have to have respect to government, even though it's a secular government, maybe even anti-Torah government. But the good for you, America is also not a Torah government. They respect all religions and tolerate you. They close off traffic when you have hachnas to say the Torah, don't they? When you do hakafas on your simchas Torah, they respect you. When there's a levaya of a big gadol, they close off all the roads. You have to have respect for the host country you're in. They're basic derech eretz. Sure, you stand quietly. You have little derech eretz in you. You have respect even for America, don't you? They let you live from over there. They support yeshivas, and they support every child that's born. Don't you have any derech eretz for that? And when they force people to close on Shabbos, certain groups force them. You want them to comply to you. Why don't you comply to them when they ask you a little derech eretz 2 minutes a year to be there? Because you want them to keep closed Shabbos and follow your standards. Don't you think that you should follow their standards if it's not against the Torah? Standing quietly with respect is not against the Torah. Anyone who doesn't respect that is a bezoyon. He's not a Torah Jew. He may be a frum Jew without seichel, but he's not a Torah Jew. You have mechabed the host country you're in. They tell you to do against the Torah, you don't listen. But to mechabed them, that they have keep you freedom to all over the country from Golan down to Eilat, you can go and there's protection. There's a frum organization that has a bike-a-thon there. The police support them for drive next to them for 75 miles. Don't you have basic derech eretz? You have it for America. Don't you have it for a government like that? And before Mashiach, you cannot force them to be Torah government. That was founded by atheists. Ben Gurion didn't believe in God. Or those other people. Maybe he did, but he didn't practice it. Anyhow, you have to have derech eretz. If you were there, you have to stand absolutely still. Derech eretz for your host country. You don't like it, don't live there. But you're there, you take, you have to give back. Anyhow, Yom Echad means day number 1. That's for the Brias Olam, he's looking to Shabbos. Day number 1 in the Sefira, you're looking for Shavuos. But Yom Rishon, the first day from, you can remember it, first day from. And Echad is the day number 1, 2. Alright. Why do we count Sefira number 10 with the Yomim? But after 10, we go to the Lashon Yachid. You say, Shnei Yomim, Shlosh Yomim, Arba Yomim, Chamish Yomim, Sheva Yomim, Shmona Yomim, Asar Yomim. Achar also Yom. Why after 11, it's all singular? Shloshim Yom, Arba Yom. Why? Answer is, 10 things or objects or people you can count with your eyes and see 10 right away. Once it's over 10, 11, 12, 18, 20, I don't know, it's a group, therefore it's singular. This Esrim Yom, 20 day. But I can see 10 individual days, therefore we count from 1 to 10 Rabim, Yomim, and 11 and higher Yom. What day of the month is Lag BaOmer? Well, that's Chai, or the 18th day. Chai. He didn't want Rav Shimon Bar Yochai, who was Nifter on Lag BaOmer, the last time of the Rabbi Akiva, which is next Sunday, Lag BaOmer, 18th day of Iyar. He didn't want people to mourn. He wanted them to make bonfires and shoot bows and arrows. You know why? Because in the life of Rabbi Akiva, there was never a rainbow. And the rainbow's here that God promised, even though you're bad people, I want to destroy the whole world. I won't, because I promised. There's a keshes, a bow. And therefore kids have a minute to shoot arrows from the bow. A keshes is a bow and a rainbow is a bow. And therefore, in the life of Bishim Bayichod, and that was a rainbow. He was the Hagana. He was the protection. He was of the whole generation. Therefore, he shooting bows and light bonfires because he wrote the Zohar. Zohar means light, so you make bonfires, which are big light. That's very nice. Real Talmid Chachamim learn Torah of Bishim Bayichod, Zohar, before Lag BaOmer, and they really understand who it is. He was the least of all the Talmidim of Rabbi Akiva, and look what he did. You could not imagine what Bishim Bayichod could do. When he was learning, a bird that flew over burned up. He was the least of the Talmidim. Can you imagine? They all had to die, 24,000, because they didn't get covered to each other. They were in such a high madrega that to pass Torah through these 24,000 people who don't respect each other, don't have covered habriyas, which means have sinas chinam, Hashem says, I don't need the whole Torah. If you don't have midas, I don't need your Torah. If you're dishonest, I don't want you. First question, when you get to Shemayim, Shabbos, Lamed Aleph, Amud Aleph, on the bottom, 6 questions they asked you. The first thing was, were you a crook? The Sosav and the Sata B'Amunah, did you give and take honestly? Did you do business 100% honestly? Did you sign anything that wasn't true? Did you say anything that was not true? If you did, you have to go to rehab. Gehenna. Then you come back to answer the second question. Did you set aside a fixed time every day to learn Torah? Number 3, Sipisa Yeshua, did you wait for the salvation? You really was waiting eagerly for Mashiach? Really? So how come you have a $5 million house? And 3 boats and summer home here and there and there and there. You're really waiting for Yeshua? You know who's going to be happy when Mashiach comes? The poor people that have nothing. But the people that have these offices and buildings and estates and boats, and they're not going to be so happy. What is your value system? That's the third question. Tzipisa Yeshua, you're really waiting for it? Or if it came, you'll work it out, you'll find an answer how to do it. And the big tzaddikim are not going to be at Kennedy Airport when they hear Mashiach come. The big tzaddikim go to Beis Medrash and do tshuva. And the people that have no understanding think it's a fun thing. They're going to go there to Israel. When you get too close to Mashiach, you may be in great danger. Because they'll look at you and see if you're a Russia or not. You won't need Bezdin or Adim, but just smell you, says the Navi. Smell you and find out you're a Russia. And if he looks at you, you're in bad shape. In the Gemara, even, there were people who looked at their Talmud and turned to a pile of bones. So maybe you shouldn't run so fast. Maybe you should do tshuva. Says the Gemara that Tanoim said, when Mashiach comes, I'm going to hide under, if I lived in the time of Mashiach, I would hide under an animal in a cave somewhere. I'd be afraid to approach him. Melech HaMashiach. Waiting for him for 5,000 years. What major historic events occurred in Iyar on the 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, and 18th? Well, number 3. What major historic events occurred on Iyar 14? Iyar 14 is tomorrow, Wednesday. The bringing of Korban Pesach Sheni. The 15th, the landing of the slug, quail. And they finished eating the matzah brought out of Mitzrayim. The little crumbs lasted 30 days. The 16th, that was a Sunday of Iyar. 16th of Iyar. Well, this year is going to be a Chai year, 18 years, Lag BaOmer. But then the 16th of Iyar was on a Sunday then. That's when the mon fell. So there's very good things. You could bring Korban Pesach Sheni on the 14th, and the Slav came on the 15th, a wonderful thing. And the mon fell on the 16th. And that's all good things. You know, other good thing that happened? On the 17th, Hitler killed himself. The day before Lag BaOmer. He committed suicide. On the 18th, Lag BaOmer, Chai Iyar, his vice-chancellor, Goering, killed himself. Hitler shot himself through the brain with his own pistol, and his Zona girlfriend there, and Goering put poison, cyanide, in his mouth, and killed himself. On the 18th of Iyar. And God helps us in Iyar. Aleph Yud Reish. Ani Hashem Rofecha. Aleph Yud Kei Vav Kei Hashem Yud Reish Rofecha. Next question, number 4. What is the Shloshis Yimei HaKabbalah, the 3 days of circling the mountain? Well, that was the 3 days before Torah was given. Torah was given on the Shabbos, the 7th, and Friday, and Thursday, and Wednesday was Shloshis Yimei HaKabbalah. So that means on the 47th, 48th, and 49th of the Omer, because the 50th day is Shavuos. Shloshis Yimei HaKabbalah is the 47th, 48th, 49th day of the Omer. That means Friday, because Torah was given on Shabbos, Friday, Thursday, Shabbos, Friday, Thursday. No, Torah was given on Shabbos. That was Friday, Thursday, Wednesday. The time of preparation for Matan Torah, 3 days of removal from the mountain and from their wives. So that was on, the Torah was given on the 7th, on Shabbos. So the 6th, and the 5th, and the 4th was Shloshis Yimei HaKabbalah. On the 3rd, you know what that was? That means the 47th, 48th, and 49th. That means Friday, it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, because Shabbos the Torah was given. So on Tuesday, the 46th day of the Omer, that is Yom HaMeyuchas, the day that you were told you have lineage, you have pedigree. You are Mamleches Kohanim V'Goy Kadosh. Only you. You're the only pedigreed nation on earth, because God said so. Not that you said so, He said so. What is Shloshis Yimei HaKabbalah? 3 days of keeping away from the mountain and keeping away from your wife. That was 3 days before Matan Torah. And Matan Torah was on Shabbos, on the 50th day. So the 49th, 48th, 47th was Friday, Thursday, and Wednesday. And the day before, the 45th day of the Omer, because the Shloshis Yimei HaKabbalah was 46, 47, 48, and 49. So 46th, which was a Tuesday, Hashem told them, you're Meyuchas. You are Yom HaMeyuchas, it's called. The day before Shloshis Yimei HaKabbalah is called Yom HaMeyuchas. Why is that? The 2nd of Sivan, the 46th day of the Omer, when Hashem told us, you're Mamleches Kohanim V'Goy Kadosh, you're the only pedigreed nation on earth. The first Shavuos did not occur on the 50th day like ours does. Like all subsequent Shavuos. Why not? This is the only Yom Tov we celebrate on the wrong day. Torah was given on the 51st day. We celebrate Shavuos on the 50th day, because we count 49, and the 50th day is Shavuos. But the Torah was given on the 51st day. It's known. Not the 50th day. Why? Moshe Rabbeinu added a day by himself. So the 51st day of Shavuos occurred on Shabbos, the 7th of Sivan. We always keep it on the 6th of Sivan, on the 50th day. Why is that? Because Hashem told Moshe, let the people get ready, because on the 3rd day I'm going to give the Torah on Friday. Moshe said, no, I need 3 full days, not 2.5 days. So give it 1 day later. So Hashem said, okay. He gave it on Shabbos, this 51st day. We keep Shavuos on the 50th day, the 6th of Sivan. The first Shavuos was the 51st day, 7th of Sivan, Shabbos. Supposed to be given on Friday. You know why? When Hashem made the world, He said, "Va'erev va'yoker Yom Echad, Yom Sheni, Yom Shlishi, Yom Revi, Yom Chamishi." When He got to the 6th day, He said, "Yom Ha-Shishi," the 6th day. Why? Moshe, Adam Rishon was made. He's the man. He was the purpose of the creation. Very good. Yom Ha-Shishi, Hey Hayadiah. He's the whole purpose of the creation, right? So, the Gemara says, he says like this, I'm making a world, because in many thousand years from now, I'm going to offer the Torah to a nation. If they accept it, good. Otherwise, I turn the whole thing back to Tohu Vavohu. And 6th day of Sivan, like the 6th day of the week, was supposed to be the Torah. And Moshe said, no, we can't do it in 1.5, 2 days. We need 2.5, 3 days. Hashem said, okay. The whole creation was built only for Yisrael to accept the Torah on the 6th of Sivan. But they took it on the 7th of Sivan. Why on the 6th? Hashem said, Yom Shishi, the 6th day of the week. And the whole purpose of the creation is only that Hashem should give Torah to Yisrael. And if they don't accept it, I'm going to turn the whole thing to Tohu Vavohu. That was worthless. The whole creation, all the planets, all the outer space, and the meteors, and the satellites, and the black holes, and the quarks, and the outer space, billions of light years away, is only made for Yisrael. And of Yisrael, not everybody's Shomer Torah mitzvahs is only made for that group who Shomer Torah mitzvahs. And amongst them there's only a few Talmidei Chachamim. And from amongst them is only, not everybody's Yer Shemayim. And only for these 36 years, Shemayim, the world was made, the whole universe. Behi Baram, the hay that he put into Avraham, from Avram to Avraham, because I created the world for Avraham, Avinu, and his type that come from him. For the Lamavos, Tzadikim, Behi Baram, the hay that he put into Avram, make him Avraham. The whole thing is only for Yechidim. And that you're going to change because of Moshe's whim there? From this you learn that Tzaddik goes there, Kodesh Baruch Hu Makayim. 99% of the time is Hashem goes there, and that Tzaddik is Makayim. But once in a while, he wants you to listen to him, you will. You do for me, I do for you. Tzaddik goes there, Moshe said, make it Shabbos, the 7th day. Hashem said, okay. The whole creation was created only for that one concept, that the 6th day called the Yom HaShishi, so they should accept the Torah on the 6th day of Sivan in the year 2448, 2,448 years later, and if they don't accept it, I'm going to not destroy the whole world. And Moshe said, push it off one more day. He says, okay. Wow. Because Tzaddik goes to HaKadosh Baruch Hu Mekayim, you know why? Because 99% of the time, HaKadosh Baruch Hu goes to the Tzaddik Mekayim. Therefore, like it says in Birkei Avos, Asei Ritzonecha Ritzono, make your wishes his wishes. Today, that it says in Birkei Avos that he should make his wishes yours. When you ask a favor, he'll do for you. If you do for him. One hand washes the other. Okay, Rabbi, I think we're going to end it right here. If you want more of these questions, and they're very interesting questions, go to TorahAnytime.com, print it down, all the 49 sevens and all these 33 questions on Lag BaOmer, which is coming up Sunday. You should have a wonderful week this week. Don't forget to eat some matzah on Wednesday or Wednesday night. And don't forget to celebrate Lag BaOmer by learning about it, about the Rosh Hashanah B'Yichoy, and look in the Sefer Tamid Minhagim. You know all the Minhagim you have to do on Lag BaOmer. All the Minhagim about Bris Milah and Pidyon Haben and everything you see in the Sefer Tamid HaMinhagim. All the Minhagim around the whole world, what people do on that day. And Maron, what's going on in Maron? No real from Yid goes to Maron or Lag BaOmer. They used to, 50 years ago, 100 years ago. Now it becomes a wild party with not from and not tznius, and they find shecht animals there. Amaratzim, not only Svardim, Ashkenazim too. It becomes not the coveting place. You come now 5 days before or 3 days after, but on Lag BaOmer it became not a place for decent people. Yeah, for tour seekers and gawkers and people who are not really holding on to Madrego, the Tana, Mishim B'Yichoy, the holiest place. They desecrate. I know what's going on there. It's not for decent people. I know people who know what I'm talking about, know exactly what I'm talking about. It has become not holy at all. What people do there became, what do you call it, Mardi Gras. Okay, Rabbi says, I was stark, and see you next week in Mir Session.